Winners in 4 of their last 5, San Diego Loyal back at home after a crazy finish in Colorado. That saw a 3-2 comeback victory. Now a familiar foe in LA Galaxy 2 at home from Torero Stadium, as San Diego tries to equal that great 5-1 start that saw 15 points in 6 matches. Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. Jack Cronin, Sal Zizzo with you here today. We're brought to you by Armstrong and Associates on Military Appreciation Night. And out west, both these teams are in playoff positions here halfway through the year.
Yeah, you see both teams in the top 7. Loyal really catapulted up to the top with 4 of their last 5, and LA Galaxy's won 3 of their last 4, so they've gotten themselves in playoff position.
Western Conference standings are brought to you by the Bright app, and as we said, it was a wild one in Colorado. San Diego down a man after a red, coming back for the win.
Yeah, and it's a huge game on national television on the 4th of July. You see Loyal here playing some amazing soccer. That's a goal of beauty right here. Nice dummy, but you know, down to 10 men and they still get a win out of this. It's just an incredible result for the San Diego Loyal.
And giving up a PK as part of that red card, evening things up to come back to get the victory behind Evan Conway and San Diego. Our player to watch here tonight is Tumi Moshibani, brought to you by Chosen Foods.
Yeah, and Tumi Moshibani, he's really been the guy to carry the team the last few games. You got Thomas Among with 6 goals this season, and he's been hurt, and Kyle Vassell with his red card, he's really picked it up the last few weeks.
Moshibani will be up top here in our starting lineup, brought to you by Rady Children's Hospital. For San Diego, has scored in 2 of the last 3 matches. He's up top here today with Among.
Yeah, and you see San Diego starting to deploy this 5-back system, and why not? I mean, they're leading the league in goals this year. Why not shore up the back line and get themselves going?
41 goals on the year, leads USL from San Diego. That is the lineup for Loyal and for LA Galaxy 2. They'll be up top here with one of the leading scorers in USL, Preston Judd, with 9.
Yeah, and you see Corbin Copies here, last 2 games playing well. Galaxy's won 3 of their last 4, and they're in the playoff picture now, and it's a young, hungry team, and it's going to be fun to see 2 hot teams playing against each other tonight.
Yeah, they have run a great role here with these 2 in the top 7 that make the playoffs out west. And the lineup here for Los Dos as they come in for the 3rd time against San Diego.
Yeah, they'll be in a traditional 4-4-2. You see Neil back from the U20s. You know, he helped the CONCACAF over there and helped the team qualify for the Olympics 2024 in Paris. So welcoming him back into the lineup.
San Diego and Los Dos meeting for the 3rd time this year. After a great run here, a 5-1 start was the best in franchise history for San Diego. They've won 4 of their last 5. We'll try and equal that here tonight from Torero Stadium. We're ready to roll.
Mission Control, you got eyes on this?
Copy that. We've got visual.
It's pretty amazing.
Is that for real? For a Camry? Request you confirm, please?
Will do. We confirm, Mission Control. Gonna bring it home.
Copy that. Nice job, team. Really nice.
Roger that.
It's time to get moving with the financial partner that's here for your journey. From small steps to big milestones, USC Credit Union is here for you. With tools to help you bank fast, solutions to help you go far, and a team of dream makers that's ready to help you step forward with confidence. USC Credit Union.
providing us with our flyover here tonight at Torero Stadium. Now to Camp Pendleton and Miramar here in San Diego. Lieutenant Colonel Aaron Polanco and the military crew here out of the Marines in San Diego. A great night in store for us at Torero Stadium. Military Appreciation Nights brought to you by Armstrong and Associates. Another great crowd on hand here this evening in San Diego. Jack Cronin, Sal Zizzo with you tonight. Loyal, after a 5-1 start to the year, now 4-1 over their last 5 after that road trip. Those 2 months that saw them have a couple of losses, 4 draws, just 1 victory in 2 months, and then they've come back on fire into tonight. And they wear the Torrey Green kits here as they face Los Dos for the 3rd time this year.
Yeah, they had a little mini blip in the road in the middle of the season, but it seems like they've gotten back on track, winning 4 of their last 5, starting to play some more home games where they feel very comfortable at.
So San Diego ready to go here. LA Galaxy 2 in the white kits. Here's on Susak, our referee, and we are ready to roll tonight from San Diego. Just after 7 o'clock in America's finest city, and we are underway. San Diego coming off that 3-2 comeback victory against Colorado Springs. 2 of the best teams in the Western Conference meeting. San Diego on the road for the first time there. They'll meet them again on Monday the 18th at home, twice in 2 weeks. But even with the double yellow issued to Grant Stoneman relatively early in that second half, San Diego was able to come back despite the penalty, get the victory. Tumi Moshibane, Kyle Adams, and Evan Conway all scoring on the road.
Yeah, it's a huge comeback on national TV. You know, you're happy to probably walk away with a draw in that match after going down a man, but they were able to push a little bit and got a deflection goal and won 3-2.
So that puts San Diego into tonight at 10-4-4, 34 points, 3rd place out west. Galaxy, meanwhile, Los Dos, LA Galaxy 2, 8-8-3. Having won 4 of their last 6, they are in playoff position as well. 7th right now out west with 27 points on the season so far. We're past the halfway point now, and if the season were to end, these 2 would be in the postseason from the Western Conference. Both have played remarkably well over the last 5 or 6 matches for each of these sides.
Yeah, and there's a dangerous forward on LA Galaxy 2, Preston Judd. 17 goals last season, 9 this season. Having another great year.
Our injury report is brought to you by Rady Children's Hospital. There are a number reported for each side, though San Diego has 2 players out on red card suspension. Both Grant Stoneman and Kyle Vassell, a couple of starters for Loyal, will be back on the 18th against Colorado Springs. Vassell tonight, the 2nd of his 2-match suspension for fighting, and Stoneman after that double yellow, the red, against Colorado Springs. They're both out here this evening, but no injuries for either side, which is great. Sal mentioned in the open, that puts Tomas Among with 6 goals up top with Tumi Moshibane, who's got 4. Alejandro Guido right behind them with 4 himself.
Yeah, and then you got a guy like Evan Conway on the bench with 3. I mean, scoring goals this season has not been the problem for Loyal. If they can just shore up their back line, they'd probably be in first place out in West.
We have the most goals scored in all of USL with 41 on the season through 18 matches. Nick Moon on the wing. And the offside flag is up. Here in our 3rd minute. So Moon offside, and we'll go back to LA Galaxy 2. Back in the Torrey Green tonight, that's Nico Boxall, who played internationally during World Cup qualifying for New Zealand. In the center back role tonight for Stoneman, alongside Kyle Adams, who scored his 2nd of the year, his 2nd in the Loyal jersey against Colorado. Elijah Martin along that back line for San Diego, who celebrated his birthday on the 4th of July. Victory for Loyal. You've seen Nick Moon, Jack Blake on the other wing, the right side of the formation. In the middle, Colin Martin and Charlie Adams, the San Diego captain. In the middle of that formation, Koke Vegas in goal for Loyal tonight. Nice feed from Moon. Here's Among. Martin tries to chip it ahead. Quick whistle goes to Los Dos.
And you're going to see a guy like Elijah Martin and Nico Boxall be very aggressive as the outside center backs. You'll see Kyle Adams stepping at times with Judd, but when you play with 3 center backs, those wide ones have to be really aggressive to step out to midfielders.
Salazar, the captain, the intended target here. And right back in front of goal, it's batted away. Adams got in front of it.
Yeah, Adams slips a little bit, but just holds his ground. Lovely block at the end.
Now Colin Martin. They head for Jack Blake. Blake on the wing. Looking for a cross, finds a promotion body, it's just in front of him. Sliding into net and it goes wide. Moon, another chance, and this will be a corner for San Diego, our first of the night here this evening. Corner kick brought to you by San Diego Community Power. It's the first of the evening.
Dude, this thing is busted.
You see Jack Blake getting down the line here, putting in a lovely cross across the 6. You just want to see someone get a touch to that, get a few runners going just out of Tumi Moshabani's reach.
Well struck cross from Jack Blake. Charlie Adams, the captain. Sends it in, headed high by Amon. Still in play, back to Adams. And now out for Los Dos.
Pretty open first 5 minutes. Both teams finding a little bit of space. If it keeps up like this, it could be a high-scoring contest today.
It's already the 3rd meeting this year between these two teams. San Diego in the opener to start the year back on March 12th. Saw Tomas Amon come off the bench, score once, and then force an own goal in the 97th minute, latest goal in franchise history. It was the start of a 5-1 opening to the season for San Diego. Now Moon, the top of the 18, and cut off. Stepping in front is Colin Martin, back for Quito. Wide again to Blake. Back for Quito, top of the 18, fires away! Just wide!
Alejandro Guido confident there. Gets a nice first touch, just tries to sneak it in at the near post. Hits it well, just goes over the bar. As you see here. Nice cut here. Just finds a little bit of space. Just gets under it, tiny bit.
Now he's got it again from Kyle Adams. So San Diego scoring late in that opener to get the victory. And then Galaxy 2 scoring twice in stoppage time to come back for a draw up in Carson. So each team scoring late. First 2 meetings this season. Adams leaves it for Guido. On the charge. Adams, he's got the range there, and it's cut off. Just winding up with that left foot.
Yeah, something tells me this game is going to be fun to watch today.
The chances have been there early.
Yeah, just a lot of open space. A lot of good combinations. Players look sharp.
Each side is playing well coming into tonight. Galaxy 2 winning 4 of their last 6, San Diego 4 of their last 5. And another corner, the second of the evening. Brought to you by San Diego Community Power for Loyal. Adams one more time heads over to take it. He, like Guido, had wound up for a long-range opportunity now. Second corner of the night. Headed free, right back to Elijah Martin, who sends one! Just wide.
Connects well with it. Not an easy one to to put on frame, but he just kind of hits it on the short hop. See here, it just gets punched out, hits it on the short hop, just pulls it a little bit. Hits it well.
It was on a line, you're right. So the opportunities have been there early in this match. Harvey in the midfield. And wide for Josh Drack. Rich Sanchez in net tonight for Galaxy 2. Set up top. First look for Judd. Cut up by Boxall. Well defense. Judd is hovering near the top of the 18 with his 9 goals on the season, 26 between this year and last. Third most ever for Los Dos. This one is sent high. All the way down to the line, it's kept in play. Right, give and go to the touchline. Back for Judd, heads it, just taken down by Coque Vegas. One more time, it's on. What a stop! Back to back! No way. A card here is going to be issued. It's going to be a red. They're going to be issued a handball on the line. It's going to be a red. And San Diego in the 11th minute is going to be playing a man down.
Wow. You know, I'm going to have to see that again, but it looked like three great blocks. Must has just seen an intentional handball here. Nice give and go. Nice lovely chip here and great save from Coque. Hits him in the chest there. You know, I don't see much. I don't see really an intentional handball. You know, not
well, this is
definitely not enough to. He didn't put his arm out in an obvious way. That's,
boy, I don't know.
That's harsh. I think that's harsh on Kyle Adams.
I agree. Of course, it's going to be a penalty as well.
You know, it just looks like he's trying to get big, put his chest on the line there. It maybe hits his elbow a little bit, but look, it's not like a lofted ball. It's not like he's putting it there after. He's not reacting. He's just trying to get big.
I mean, that is the correct call. If he does hit it intentionally with his hand, he's the last defender. But from the replay, it does not look like that is the case.
I mean, if a guy hits a 100-mile-per-hour shot.
Boy, that's an unfortunate call. So now, the penalty here in the 13th minute, after the red in the 11th for Kyle Adams, who's been sent off. Penalty underway, it's in. So Galaxy will take a 1-0 advantage on the red card penalty, the called handball in the box. On the back line, despite an amazing save from Coque Vegas. And is 1-0 early on in this one.
Yeah, you see, just going to the bottom left, good penalty in the end. Yeah, it's a good save, and Kyle Adams is, you know, I don't see that as a red card. He just kind of comes in for the block. It hits his elbow. You know, maybe it's a yellow and a penalty. I'm not so sure it's a red. I mean, a red. This game has changed completely. You got Galaxy up 1-0, now up a man. Yeah, Loyal can be, I think, pretty frustrated in this, but they need to move on. There's no changing it now. You have to focus on getting a result, and look, they can, right? Last week they did it. They beat Colorado Springs, a man down on national television, and they're still playing at home. They still have the crowd behind them. It spoils what would have been, I think, you know, a pretty fun night, but we'll see.
So San Diego is down now 1-0. For those of you just joining us on Fox 5 San Diego, an intentional handball was called in front of net against San Diego center back Kyle Adams. He was issued a red card and sent off. That means for the rest of the match, Loyal's playing a man down. With 10 here the rest of the way. LA Galaxy 2 did convert the penalty, so they lead 1-0. And Landon Donovan arguing that call's going to be issued a yellow for arguing.
And you know what? I can feel Donovan's anger there. I mean, he's extremely frustrated. The game's purely in Loyal's hands at the start. You know, they're getting chance after chance, and now they're not even playing with even numbers. It's very frustrating if you're a Loyal fan and if you're a player coach for Loyal.
It's the second game in a row where that's actually happened. Grant Stoneman was issued his second yellow against Colorado Springs in the 65th minute on Monday.
Yeah, and very, you know, kind of similar plays a little bit. I mean, both of them not really putting their arm out. Just you got to understand, the ball is getting hit so fast from just a few yards away. You don't have that reaction to really stick your arm out on purpose. It happens, you know.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but the way that call is supposed to happen is if you intentionally stop the ball from going in net.
Yes, if that ball's hit, you know, 10 miles per hour and you see him make a goalie save on it, of course, you know, but like I said, that ball's hit volley 5 yards away from him.
Well, the replays didn't even show, like, it was pretty close to being either unintentional.
Yeah, I mean,
or not even.
Yeah,
that's how close it was.
I mean,
not even a handball.
Honestly, at worst, a yellow and a penalty at worst, and even then you're not probably happy about it, but a red is crazy to me.
Meanwhile, there'll be another restart for Galaxy here from just outside the 18 and straight on. Kyle Adams issued a straight red for an intentional handball call. Meaning Loyal are playing a man down the rest of the way. Sent out wide. And with the left foot, it's deflected. Back for Vegas. Now Judd. Already with 9 goals in the season, it's okay, Vegas again. He had the initial great save. It's overshadowed by the red card, but Vegas made an incredible stop on the back line. This one here results in a corner for Galaxy 2. You can buy the newest SD Loyal gear, including kits, the Charlie collection, some unique designs you can't find anywhere else at the shop. Head online today, theshop.sdloyal.com. Visit the shop in person in Mission Valley. San Diego tonight in the Torrey Green kits, after wearing the Siempre Leal jerseys during the month of June. And at home, all 3 kits and everything else on sale at the shop. And play it short. How about that from Amon? Another corner.
I know we keep talking about it, but I'm not even sure it hit him in the arm.
That's what I'm saying.
It almost looked like it hit him in the chest.
I agree. Now, I mean, it's not even... we're up here because we're trying to determine if it was intentional, obviously. Headed away. Now chipped in and headed high. Good opportunity for Los Dos and Jalen Neal out from that back line.
Jalen Neal, U.S. under-20 player who just helped the U.S. qualify for the 2024 Paris Olympics. Back at it for Los Dos. Gets a really good chance here. Just skies it over. He knows he should just head that down. It's a really good chance.
Guido trailing the play, chips it for Amon. New whistle. But that, of course, Sal, to your point, that's exactly what is at stake in those first 11 minutes, is where did it hit him and what was behind it.
Yeah, and like I've said, you know, the Loyal can live with you know, a penalty kick, a bad penalty call. But when you go down a man and now you're down a goal, it's just frustrating because they felt like they had the game, and see Among just getting taken down from behind here.
So restart, sent wide. Now it's Moon who is knocked to the turf. And let's see who this yellow goes to. I think that goes to Nate Miller. So Landon has already picked up a yellow. Nate Miller, the assistant coach for Loyal, has picked up a yellow now.
And obviously we know where this is stemming from. I mean, you know, for some of you guys watching at home, you may feel like, oh, just, you know, maybe calm down, but there's a lot at stake here. And when you're a player and you coach and you work all week for a game like this, and play like that happens somewhat out of your control, it's pretty frustrating to keep your head.
On the restarts, Adams. Quick whistle here. Adams against Dunbar.
Cameron Dunbar went to high school just up the street here at Francis Parker. San Diego local kid.
Dunbar converted the penalty. His 5th goal of the season to make it 1-0 after that red card in the 11th minute. That's where we stand here right now. Sent long. For Salazar. Chip back in for Judd. That's his 10th of the year.
Yeah, and there's no one else you want to see in the 6-yard box than Judd, if you're a Galaxy fan. You see Koke is not happy about the celebration here.
Koke Vegas. He was out arguing afterward.
It's a good ball here. Great finish in the end off the crossbar. Tempers flaring. Again, Loyal very frustrated. They need to sort themselves out though. If they have any chance of getting in this game, they gotta let it go and try and play. As hard as that is.
Preston Judd has notched his 10th on the season after 17 a year ago. And with the score now 2-0 in the 22nd minute, Camden Riley is going to come on for San Diego. Substitution brought to you by Quiddell. He will come on for Jack Blake.
Yeah, and that's never fun if you're a guy like Jack Blake. It's, you know, out of his control. He wasn't playing bad, actually playing quite good, but you have to make a substitution to bring in another center back.
Riley essentially comes on for Adams, who was given the red card earlier. And so Blake is the one who comes off. Remember, this happened as well on Monday with the immediate substitution of Nico Boxall coming in after Grant Stoneman's red card with the 2nd yellow. Single match tickets are on sale right now. They start just $15 for the San Diego Loyal. The next home match is coming up on Monday the 18th. 7 p.m. game, Monday Night Football against Colorado Springs after that great 3-2 victory on the road for San Diego. Switchbacks coming here on Monday the 18th. The return trip, sdloyal.com/tickets. They start at $15. sdloyal.com/tickets to the top teams out west, meeting at home here at Serrano Stadium.
and you're going to see Galaxy dictating this game a little bit.
Especially with the man advantage for all but 11 minutes here tonight, the rest of the way. We told you the wait is over for these Charlie kits that are on sale right now, including tonight's Torrey Green kits, the Siempre Leal kit that they wore in the month of June there. Of course, the away jerseys as well. Everything's on sale. The home and away and Siempre Leal kits for San Diego. Theshop.sdloyal.com, or you can visit the shop in person in Mission Valley. Theshop.sdloyal.com.
If you're loyal and you feel like you need to get back in this game, you just have to pick and choose your chances to counter. It's going to be very difficult to push the pace and possession when you're a man down. I've seen teams do it, but if there's anyone that could do it, it is Loyal, and maybe that'll happen, you know, late in the second half. If they're able to pull one back and get down a goal, Galaxy will maybe start to get nervous a little bit, but still a long ways away from that. And I think at least for the rest of this half, you're going to see a lot of countering.
After all that, San Diego will have the throw in. Camden Riley's just come on for Loyal. Pair with Nico Boxall. That back line. Following the red card issue to Kyle Adams. Ito gets to it. That's well defended. Here's Judd off his 10th of the season. And the arm over the top of the shoulder against Boxall gets the whistle.
Yeah, and Judd, you know, surprisingly leads USL in yellow cards.
He's got 9 on the season.
And maybe it's for plays like that, you know, he's late. Fouls sometimes center backs a lot. I don't know if it's anything malicious, but he's just an aggressive forward.
Of his 10th goal of the season, was already 3rd coming into tonight in Lostos history. Just 2 seasons worth of goal scoring, 17 a season ago and now 10 already this year. Top 5 in scoring, all of USL.
And look, you know, any little foul that the Galaxy 2, you know, make on Loyal, they're going to be shouting for a yellow card. They're going to be shouting for cards because, look, they want to get the game back on level terms. And I'm sure the referee will maybe look at it at halftime and maybe see that he makes a mistake, and maybe he calls it a little tighter in the second half. You know, they're obviously not supposed to, but sometimes as a referee, you know, he's a human being and it's in the back of his head that he maybe made a mistake. But we'll see how this game plays out.
Colin Martin tracks it down. Martin got the scoring started ahead of Evan Conway's decisive goal against Colorado Springs on Monday. At the initial shot, which is a real good looking shot, deflected. Conway picked it up, got San Diego the victory 3-2. Mong over to it. And Mong's going to be fouled, so that'll set up a chance for San Diego outside the 18. Mong has been showing impressive range here tonight, up and down the field. Charlie Adams. Restart sent low. Back for Elijah Martin. Guido makes the turn with the right foot, fires away, just deflected. It's still in play. It might get off the post. What a ball from Guido. Still in here.
Yeah, the movement that shot had, going right at the keeper and then just fading out wide. It's really an amazing save in the end.
Heck of an effort from Rich Sanchez, who is in net tonight. Adams will send the cross in. Judd. Out wide. Judd's already got his 10th here. Chips across, back post, and in. It's a third of the night already for Galaxy 2. 3-0 here in the first half.
And if you're loyal, you're sending numbers forward, starting to get into a rhythm, and leaves you vulnerable in the back because you need that goal. You're down 2-0, and here Preston Judd just does so well to hold him off and uses his speed and really, honestly, hits an amazing ball. Just floated, picks him out. Perfect. Couldn't find a better spot.
So Dunbar has his second of the evening.
And that's another great finish from Dunbar. Just nice and easy with his left.
And started with a great run from Judd as well on the counter. Judd now with a goal and an assist. Dunbar with 2 goals tonight. That gives him 6 on the year. He also scored the last time out against Oakland.
Still a very young player at 19 years old. He's got a bright future ahead of him. Starting just now to kind of put up the numbers in the USL. He was always a very good player, would have good games, but maybe people would say, he wasn't getting the goals or assists, but look, he's got 6 goals now. He's got a handful of assists. He's playing really well this season.
So 3-0 is the score. San Diego's been playing a man down since the 11th minute after the early red issued. Rocket League's been reimagined for mobile devices now. You can go 1-on-1, 2-on-2. Easy pick up and play from anywhere. Scan the on-screen QR code right now. You can download Rocket League Sideswipe here today for your mobile device. Moshavane makes the turn. And we get a late whistle here. And Toomey will get a yellow.
Harvey does well to force that yellow with his theatrics after the play. Jimmy just kind of reaches for it on the ground and I think steps on him. Here you see Toomey just turning, just loses it there. Yeah, I think that's a fair yellow in the end. Again, just some frustration for Loyal.
Replay is brought to you by IBEW 569, the Electricians Union. Replays here tonight. So Cameron Dunbar twice, Preston Judd once. Includes the penalty given out after the red. In the 11th minute. Lamb. For Harvey, they'll switch. Los Dos, who came into tonight in 7th out west, in playoff position. Winners of 4 of the last 6, up 3-0 after going ahead by a man. Well defended here by Boxall, but still alive. Salazar. Back for Barry. Now for Harvey. Told you San Diego's got a little Monday Night Football coming up here on Monday, July 18th, 7 o'clock against Colorado Springs. Switchbacks coming here after San Diego won 3-2 in Colorado on the 4th of July. Tickets start just $15. It's the next home match. SDLoyal.com/tickets. 858-465-GOAL. SDLoyal.com/tickets.
And as I said, just low players asking for a yellow there. Yeah, set pieces also. I mean, when you're down a man,
Sure.
Set pieces, you're still pretty much equal. So it's a good chance to score here.
Among heads it just wide. Got a great look at it in the air. As Among goes after his 7th of the season, wide to the near post.
Yeah, Monk does connect well with it. Tries to redirect it to the near post. Just catches too much of it and can't put it on frame.
On the run here for Los Dos.
Oof, that's a crunching tackle there from Nico Boxall. I think you can still sense some frustration on them. I think he saw an opportunity, and it's a clean tackle in the end, but very hard. See here, ball just played ahead of him. Yeah, he gets ball, but gets an awful lot of Cabral after.
Riley. Up from Moon. As well a step forward, Guido. Look at a head motion on it. William Doyle getting back defensively for LA Galaxy 2. Toomey up for it once more. With 4 defenders all over him. Shivani taken down just outside the box.
These are the counters that Loyal has to worry about.
Salazar. Well defended by Moon. Martin.
Salazar still getting up slow.
They'll play it out. Salazar, who was in an offside position.
Yeah, there you go. Makes that new Toyota look even better.
We make it easy. Toyota, let's go places.
Michael Salazar, the captain, is the one down here. New York native. He'll come off momentarily. Select is celebrating 75 years. 75th anniversary for Select, the official match ball supplier of the USL Championship. Choose what you play at selectsportamerica.com. Select is the league's choice and the player's choice.
Yeah, we'll see if Salazar can make it back onto the field. Looks like he's getting ready to go back in.
Jalen Neal was issued a yellow after the play. So that has just occurred here in the 40th. For the young center back. Member of the under-20 U.S. national team, as Sal mentioned, great run in these youth teams. Sal, they won the CONCACAF title. And all together as a squad, qualifying for the Olympics for the first time since 2008. That was the cycle you were in 2008. It had been that long since the men's team had qualified. Now they're going to Paris.
Yeah, I was in the qualifying cycle for that 08 team, which goes to show you how old I am, but also how long we haven't been in the Olympics in quite a while. So it's good to see, of course, the Olympics always being a under 23 team to go to that Olympics. It's the full women's team, but the under 23 for the men's side.
As much progress has been made on the senior side for the national team. The youth side have been kind of waiting for that breakthrough moment. And it's great to see.
Yeah, it's a bit of a trickle down, right? There's a lot of U.S. talent coming through, starting to play top leagues in Europe, getting minutes in the MLS, you know, not just 20, 21-year-olds, a lot of young 17, 18, 19 getting big time transfers to Europe. And it's great to see. It's only going to be good for this country long term.
Yeah, it's an indicator, right? Like it's an indicator of what is occurring overall for the nationwide program.
Yeah, going back to Jalen Neal here, I mean, he's got to be a little careful. He's on a yellow now. You know they're going to try to get him a red. Just needs to play sound football and make sure his passes are simple and his tackles are sharp.
Here's Martin on the cross. Going long. Well, the playoff battle continues here. Two postseason hopefuls meeting on ESPN Deportes coming up here. Rio Grande Valley welcoming in Las Vegas Lights to Southern Texas. Sunday the 17th, 7:30 p.m. Eastern, 4:30 Pacific on ESPN Deportes. USL on ESPN. San Diego and Colorado Springs just battle at ESPN2. On the 4th of July now, RGV and Las Vegas coming up here. Sunday the 17th, 7:30 Eastern, 4:30 Pacific, ESPN Deportes. Guido squaring up here with three defenders. To the line for Adams. Adams looking for Amon.
And if you're loyal, you maybe can get one right before half. Give yourself a little bit of boost, maybe a little bit of belief going into halftime, being only down 2, but again, it's just so hard to do that. It's still early in the game, legs are still fresh.
Long again. Line and played out for a corner.
This would be huge. Get a goal.
Set piece opportunity. Stay with San Diego. Among trying to make the turn. We'll have several minutes of stoppage time here in this first half. See what the official indication is. Somewhere around 3 minutes or so. Adams plays it ahead, looking for Martin. On the run, Elijah Martin. Officially, it is 3 minutes.
Yeah, Elijah Martin and Cam Dunbar showing off their 100-meter race speed right there.
Long goes crashing into the boards. Trying to run that one down. The sun has moved behind the marine layer here in San Diego, so there are no more shadows at Torero Stadium. Everything is equalized. It's a beautiful night.
Lovely night. A lot of fans.
72 degrees in San Diego. Great crowd again for the 4th straight time. Wonderful support here at Torero Stadium. We're in the stoppage time, 3 minutes after the early red card, the 11th minute. And a 3-goal-to-none advantage for Galaxy 2. Here's Moon. Guido trying to find Moshabane. Boxall is there with the whistle.
Boxall looks like he went up well. Maybe just, yeah, maybe he just crashed into Pizzacco in the back there. Cabral, excuse me.
Salazar. Shabani coming back to break that one up. Elijah Barnes made some nice runs tonight.
It's a great ball out to Nick Moon.
Beautiful switch. Now Moon. Be a goal kick. That's a great ball though from Elijah Martin. And it will end the first half.
Yeah, and it's a frustrating first half if you're a Loyal fan, and if you're on the Loyal, it's, you know, when you get an 11-minute red card, it's never good, but if you see the replay, that can be even more frustrated because it looks like it hits him in the chest. At the end of the day, they got to live with it.
So San Diego and Galaxy here playing to a 3-goal-to-none first half. Our first 45 here, Military Appreciation Night in San Diego. Another wonderful crowd on hand, but it is 3-0 in favor of Galaxy 2. We're back. Halftime coming up from Torero Stadium here tonight.
This is why. These kids, these happy, healthy kids, they're the reason Rady Children's Hospital in San Diego was the first in the world to use ultra-rapid whole genome sequencing to diagnose and begin precise treatment for a critically ill baby in just 13 hours, taking a family from desperation to treatment. Because at Rady Children's, your kids always come first.
When the quality of life and life itself is at stake, when the right diagnosis is critical, you will find Quidel. We are leaders in the medical device industry, and what we make impacts lives for the better. That is our purpose, our passion, and it drives our people to accomplish extraordinary things. We are Quidel, advancing diagnostics to improve human health.
At Chosen Foods, we are inspired by the vibrant culinary lifestyle of the Baja Med and, of course, by avocados. From our flagship avocado oil to our family of dressings, mayos, simmer sauces, and guacamoles, the versatility of all Chosen Foods avocado-based products offer you the freedom to be both healthy and creative in the kitchen. Join us in the sun-drenched utopia of Chosen Foods, the avocado. Celebrate it.
LA Galaxy 2 with a 3-goal-to-none advantage here at halftime. San Diego right back at home and a great stretch here, 9 of 11 at Terreno Stadium. But this one getting a bit out of hand early with an early red card in the 11th minute issued to Kyle Adams for San Diego that started all of this here in minute number 11 after a great save from Coque Vegas. Here's the call.
Here's the sequence. It's a great save from Coque Vegas here, and Kyle Adams comes up. You know, it happens so quick, but through instant replay, you can see here that it just hits him in what looks like the right pectoral muscle. It goes over, and it's not even that he really has his hand out. So, you know, I think that's a really harsh red. You know, the referee didn't want any of it too, and I think that just added to the frustration. But you hear Cameron Dunbar just putting the penalty low hard. And that's his first one for the night.
So that's how this match started and really led from that moment to where we are now. Here the conversion makes it 1-0, and then Preston Judd comes up right after to make it 2-0.
Yeah, great ball over the top from Neal. Good cross, and kind of gets away from Dunbar there, but he'll get the credit as the assist. Judd just hits a rocket up in the corner, nothing Coque Vegas could do. He's not too happy about the celebration. Here you're gonna see third goal for Galaxy. Preston Judd just holds it up so well. Takes it down the line, picks his man. And this is the best play of the night. Just a lovely cross to the back post to Cameron Dunbar.
That's a great ball across from Judd, who already had scored. Dunbar hits 2. Shots are relatively even, possession even, but of course the red is a big difference.
Yeah, and that's the game changer right there. I think if you watch the game, the first 11 minutes, it was pretty much loyal. They had.
You don't need a car to listen to Sirius XM. You can listen anywhere. You know that, right?
What? Kevin Hart's Laugh Out Loud Radio.
Kevin, you could use your phone.
What? What?
Alexa, play Kevin Hart's Laugh Out Loud Radio on Sirius XM.
What?
This is how I know you're getting old. I guess that was it.
What?
We all have goals. But let's be honest. Most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, Bellevue University, your partner.
Away by Miller. Volley from Aqua.
And a goal from Trejo. Spectacular build-up.
Control, you got eyes on this?
Is that for real? For a Camry? Request you confirm, please?
Confirm, Mission Control. Gonna bring it home.
Copy.
3-0. Taking place right now on the field at Torero Stadium. A beautiful moment for enlist in the military here for the United States of America. And in a town like San Diego, a county, a region like we have here that supports these young men and women who are making the sacrifice to join. It's a huge thank you from us here to take that oath here tonight. It's all branches of the military represented on the field here at Torero Stadium. So 3-0 is the score. Galaxy 2 out in front as we take you around USL this evening. And among those up for Player of the Month vote is Alejandro Guido from San Diego.
Yeah, he's had a wonderful month. Certainly has my vote.
Yeah, he's in, I think in the all 11 for USL this year, if not even higher honors than that. Sacramento Republic, with their great run in the US Open Cup, they are now scheduled for the 27th ESPN Plus against Kansas City out of MLS. And of course, we told you about Vegas and RGV play on ESPN Deportes coming up on the 17th.
Yeah, not much of a surprise here. Memphis continuing their great run this season, and Phoenix is still struggling. You got Monterey Bay up 1-0 at Orange County.
So Oakland coming up here in just a few moments. The rest of the schedule will play out, including Los Dos and Colorado Springs off that game on 4th of July. 3-2 decision that went to San Diego.
Yeah, San Diego sandwiched in between those two teams.
Among the 7 would-be playoff competitors here. Out west, our standings brought to you by the Bright app. San Diego sitting in 3rd at 34 points. Galaxy 2 at 27, working their way up.
Yeah, they'll jump here to have 30 points, and depending on the results from the other games, but it certainly helps maintain their playoff hopes.
So Player of the Month voting is underway here for the month of June across USL Championship. It includes Alejandro Guido. How about those 5 matches in June?
Yeah, 5 games, 3 goals, 3 assists, 8 chances created, and honestly, it's probably much more than that. I mean, what he brings to the team is, leadership. He's so fit, gets everyone pumped up, ready to play. Like I said, he's got my vote.
He's been in the conversation for MVP as well across USL. USLChampionship.com by 9 Pacific time on Monday. That's your score at the break. First 45 in the books. We're coming on back to Torero Stadium.
This is why. These kids, these happy, healthy kids, they're the reason Rady Children's Hospital in San Diego was the first in the world to use ultra-rapid whole genome sequencing to diagnose and begin precise treatment for a critically ill baby in just 13 hours, taking a family from desperation to treatment. Because at Rady Children's, your kids always come first.
When the quality of life and life itself is at stake, when the right diagnosis is critical, you will find Quidel. We are leaders in the medical device industry, and what we make impacts lives for the better. That is our purpose, our passion, and it drives our people to accomplish extraordinary things. We are Quidel, advancing diagnostics to improve human health.
To none, LA Galaxy 2 out in front of San Diego here. We are just wrapping up halftime, getting set for our second 45. It's our honor to be joined here in the booth. We just showed you the Armed Forces oath of enlistment taking place on the field there at halftime tonight at Torero Stadium. Colonel Ed Sullivan is with us here. Colonel, thank you for your time.
Good evening. Pleasure to be here.
What did we witness there? What does that mean? And for folks who are in the stadium or watching here, what did we see?
Well, I think there's two different ways to look at it. And the first way we look at it is our oath of enlistment is significantly different than it is in other countries. We focus on that oath to the Constitution. There is no oath to a person or to an office. We swear an oath to support the Constitution against all enemies, foreign and domestic. And when we swear for the president and the officers appointed over us, that's in accordance with regulation and the Uniform Code of Military Justice. So there's rules in there, the Constitution above all. So that's fairly unique when you look at different armed forces. Now, in the second point there, though, this is the final step for these young people that they've gone through the military entrance processing station. They've been mentally, morally, academically qualified, physically. So they've now taken the oath, and the next step is off to boot camp.
How about that?
It's magical. It's magical for all of them. And that'll happen probably in the next several months. They should have a couple months of preparation to get them physically ready, mentally in the zone, so when they get there, there's no surprises.
So this is that moment where you've said...
It is.
Look, I'm in. You've said that, you're making that oath, and now you're off.
Right, and if it doesn't give you some chills, then you're probably not paying attention. It's the "So help me God" at the end. And if you could have seen up close, I don't know if the camera was on them, but if you could see their expressions and the faces of the young people out there, it was moving.
What led them to that point right there? Because there's a lot that goes into making that decision, too. To make the sacrifice to say, I'm going to sign up and I'm going to do this. Well, a lot goes into that, too.
There is. And the reality is right now the recruiting situation is pretty challenging out in the U.S. Only 21% of young people in the 17 to 24 demographic are even qualified to get to that point. And then when you look at the number that are interested in military service, it's a challenge. So those young people that are out there today are from a very small sector of society and had the motivation and the willpower to step forward and take that oath.
That's incredible. And obviously in San Diego, we try and do as much as we can to support. And given what our geography, our support, what is based here, MCRD is a big part of that too, because that is now that next step from right here at Torero Stadium to move forward.
It is, and it's for, we're responsible for recruiting about 51% of the U.S. population. So we get for the Marine Corps everything west of the Mississippi out to Japan, and then we're responsible for doing the entry-level training. And what we do on the Marine Corps side is we do a transformation. We take that civilian and turn them into a Marine. After we're done with them at boot camp, then they'll go on to further training to learn their special skill. We just make that Marine happen here in San Diego.
An early corner for San Diego as we start this second half of play. So, again, to take somebody who's out there who is maybe looking for an opportunity like that, to take them to a moment like we saw here, a moment to serve, what does that take, and how do people get involved?
Well, it takes a lot of effort. I think a lot of people they support the military. They want to know what can they do, and I think the very first thing that they can do is, regardless of service, go have your kid talk to a recruiter. Let the recruiter get into your school and talk to those students. There's a lot of people that'll say, I support it, but it's not right for my kid. There are so many different programs and all the services and different benefits that are out there. If you just let that young person have the conversation, let them decide, I think would make a big difference.
I mean, it's 2022. The opportunities that are out there there in all branches, obviously Marines we're talking here, but in all branches, the opportunities that are out there in 2022 are incredible.
They are. And I'll just tell you, granted, I've been in 28 years now, but the Marine Corps gave me a bachelor's degree, 2 master's degrees, 2 years of language study. That didn't cost me a dime. I mean, it cost me my service, but I was happy to do it. My son goes to college free on the GI Bill. All that stuff has been pretty impressive, and I've never paid a health bill. My medical care has been excellent. All those benefits have been out. The life is actually pretty good.
Well, Colonel, thank you for being with us here tonight. Thank you for allowing these young folks who are going to go serve their country to be with us here and to allow us to appreciate what that oath means to them here. We very much appreciate it.
It was an absolute honor. I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Colonel Ed Sullivan joining us here in the booth as San Diego is back on the field against LA Galaxy 2. Second half of action and 3-0. You saw a couple early chances for San Diego. As we start the second half, Adams goes high there. Had a couple of substitutions here. Colin Martin came out with Morgan Hackworth coming in. And Jack Metcalf came on as well for San Diego. So a couple of substitutions brought to you by Quidel to start this half. Metcalf on for Elijah Martin. So those are the 2 substitutions at the break. Hackworth and Metcalf on for San Diego. Taylor Davila as well on for LA Galaxy 2. Substitutions at the break.
Yeah, Morgan Hackworth and Jack Metcalf are 2 guys that can run. They can certainly run, and they're very fit players, and when you're a man down, you definitely need that.
There's some box-to-box play. So Mong nearly gets in there. Koke Vegas had come out well off of his line. Keep things alive for San Diego, then allow Mong to have that chance.
We've seen that so much this year. Just a Mong coming in, surprising goalkeeper, surprising center backs with his close down speed.
So Metcalf and Hackworth are on for San Diego. Just gotten the second half underway here at Torreo Stadium. Great crowd on hand here tonight, by the way. 5,400 in attendance. Incredible run here after San Diego, those 2 months on the road, coming back home for the summer stretch. Camden Riley came on in the first half after the red card was issued in the 11th minute to Kyle Adams in that controversial play. Hackworth out wide, looking for Moon. Nick Moon ahead for Moshabani, who swings it in with that left foot out wide.
Yeah, I think Toomey just needs to put one of these in the back of the net, get the crowd into it. He'll start to feel confident. It's a great ball outside of his foot from Moon. Toomey just trying to redirect it on goal, really.
So San Diego plays the entire game here from the 11th minute on, down a player. Moon, Riley, Voxel, and Metcalf across the back line. Adams, Guido, Hackworth in the midfield with Moshavani and Among up top. Great to see Jack Metcalf back out there as well as battling injuries for San Diego. Great to see him out there.
We're so used to seeing him as a staple at right back, Jack Metcalf, that is. Dealt with a few injuries this season. Obviously, he broke his collarbone last season against LA Galaxy 2 up in Carson. That ended his season early.
Cabral, ground ball attempt right to Koke Vegas. Rocket League's been reimagined for mobile devices. Go 1-on-1, 2-on-2, easy to pick up and play from anywhere. can scan the on-screen QR code right now. Download Rocket League Sideswipe here today to play Rocket League on your mobile device. Nifty move from Moshabane. Oh, the crowd's not going to like that.
Yeah, you would have seen the referee, like to see the referee pat to his chest on a different play in this game, but
Ito sends it for Moon. Making the turn. There's a little bit of traffic. And it's going to be whistled. Hamza Berry, and for Josh Drack. Cameron Dunbar has got his 5th and 6th of the season tonight, including the penalty from that 11th minute red card. Doyle and Neal. Berry. And Coque Vegas right to the top of the 18.
if you're the Galaxy, you're happy with just slowing the game down a little bit, but can't let Loyal start to dictate possession here. That's what Loyal wants. They want to be able to dictate the possession, so.
Dunbar with another attempt there. Decent bend.
Yeah, he had the line just too high.
Good for a hat trick. Single match tickets are on sale right now. They start at just $15. That includes the next home match, the big one. Monday the 18th against Colorado Springs. Switchbacks will be here, sdloyal.com/tickets. The rest of the way, including Monday nights. The 18th, 7 p.m. here at Torreo Stadium. Back to the top of the 18. Oxel heads it away. Dunbar. Back for Cabral.
It doesn't look right.
And you see Galaxy just controlling the game. They had 51% of possession at halftime, but I think you're going to see more.
Great save by Vegas. Preston Judd turned and fired with the right foot. Koke Vegas got the ankle.
Yeah, Judd just sneaks behind Nico Boxall there. I think he was on sides and just tries to place it in the corner. Good save by Koke Vegas in the end, but something tells me Judd's tonight's not done. He looks shifty, he still looks sharp, and if you're loyal, you have to keep track of him and, you know, be able to keep yourself in the game for as long as possible.
He's already got his 10th goal of the season, had the, I guess, the hockey assist on the second goal as well, or on the third goal, on the run of play. He's been dangerous. And here he is again. Vegas out and is able to push that one free.
And Koke also playing more as a sweeper keeper, it seems like, this half. Staying very high, trying to help with those balls over the top, which it allows the center backs to really push the game up and really just then allows your whole team to really step up. And when you're down a man, that's kind of what you need to do, because you could just get lulled into dropping and dropping and dropping, and pretty soon you're defending on the top of your box the whole game. So helps the team out a lot.
Yeah, Vegas is so good with the ball at his feet. It's one of his great strengths. And you're right, with a man down, you have to try and push forward. Great ball from Barry. Out of the top of the 18, here's Judd again. That's his second of the night. It's 4 goals to none. Galaxy 2 out in front, 11 on the year now for Preston Judd.
Yeah, I felt it coming. You know, Judd was finding space. They were getting runners in behind, and here you see Salazar just getting in and just cool, calm, collected, makes the right pass, doesn't try to score there. Sees Judd. Judd just has the tap in.
2 really good through balls from Hamza Barry. And then Michael Salazar to get Judd his 11th on the season, his second tonight. Moving his way up the USL charts right now.
Yeah, you got to think a lot of teams will be trying to get Preston Judd next year. With 17 goals last season, 11 already this season. At the halfway mark. We're a little bit past halfway.
We saw Milan Ilaski, the San Diego native who scored for Orange County here at Terreno Stadium. He's got 12 on the season. Judd now has 11. Carlson for Oakland has 11. A lot of those are PKs, but he's got 11. So those are your leaders in scoring wise. Right behind him with 10 is Kyle Vassell, who'll be back on Monday, the 18th, against Colorado Springs.
Yeah, a lot of young, you know, 22, 23-year-olds in that conversation for Golden Boot. You know, it's interesting. Maybe 10 years ago, those type of players would be starters on MLS teams, but with the way soccer has grown in America at the MLS level and at the USL level, you now see these guys thriving in the USL.
The referee is going to call this one just outside the 18 for San Diego. Morgan Heckworth was on the offensive and fouled, with the referee saying it was outside the penalty box.
Yeah, Morgan Heckworth was pleading to the sideline ref too that, you know, he may have seen it. We'll get a replay here where he was. Yeah, I think that's a good call. He's just outside the box. But again, Jalen Neal does have to be careful. He's on a yellow. If you're an older player on the Galaxy, you're probably putting your arm around him and say, hey, let's not get one more foul the rest of this half, because look, they're up comfortably 4-0, and anything can happen once it goes to even numbers.
They play it short. Adams curling it in. Fine stop by Sanchez. It's a great little play from Guido and Charlie Adams. to curl that one in. Here's Judd. He's already got 2. Great ball through for Cabral. Top of the 18, Cabral. And Camden Riley's over there defensively for San Diego. Guido plays it ahead for Among, just down the line.
Yeah, Guido likes to hit that with his laces, but just curves away from Among there.
The substitution for San Diego. Nick Moon's going to come off. Andrew Carlton will come on.
Yeah, and I think at this point, you know, you're trying to get some rest, you know, hopefully for some of these guys that have played a lot of minutes the last few weeks. Get a guy like Nick Moon some rest.
Adrian Gonzalez will come on for LA Galaxy 2 to replace Remy Cabral. Substitutions brought to you by Quidel. Look how far out Vegas is playing. And just knees that one out of bounds.
Yeah, you just got to keep your body in front of that one.
Well, SD Loyal Match Day is the ultimate setting here for your next group outing. And some great crowds here. Really a big tribute to the supporters and fans here in San Diego. These last several matches. Dunbar sends that one in. It's headed by Nico Boxall. It'll be a corner for LA Galaxy 2. The group outings have tickets that start just $10 a person for group outings. With company get-togethers, clients, employees, friends, family. Nothing like an SD Loyal Match Day here at Torero Stadium. Tickets start at $10 a person. And you get some unique fan experiences as well, such as some penalty kicks after the match, photos in the field. All information is at sdloyal.com/tickets, 858-465-GOAL. You can email tickets at sdloyal.com or online, sdloyal.com/tickets. Group outing starting at $10 a person. Here's Salazar, got the assist last time out. He goes for the rocket shot, and Vegas takes it down.
Yeah, Vegas with a nice save. Save from distance there.
Does create the corner. But another good look here from Vegas.
And you see Salazar just pulling up from deep. Nice outstretched arms from Koke Vegas with the save.
Among looking to make a run. Carlton. This one's still in play down the line. Rich Sanchez will come out to it. This game's certainly changing in that 11th minute. Not to take away from Galaxy 2 because they have been playing very well. Judd now has 11 goals in the season. Dunbar's got 6. Among comes back to it here. And he's fouled twice to get the second call.
Yeah, you never know what could have happened in this game. Galaxy's been playing well. Loyal's been playing well. It was a pretty open first 11 minutes. Some good chances on both ends. Obviously, Galaxy creating that chance that led to the red card. I think just as a referee, you have a duty to at least take your time maybe there.
Well, Shabane trying to play for Carlton. This will be a corner for San Diego.
You know, yeah, maybe take your time, maybe, you know, collect your thoughts for a split second, kind of see what the reactions are, and maybe he's going, you know, yellow card. If he deemed it that it was a handball, which, you know, in the end, it looks like it wasn't even that.
Adams trying to come up to this one. Yeah, so that changes.
You know, we've seen, you know, as broadcasters, we've seen guys get taken down from behind, which led to a penalty and a yellow card here, which have looked worse than that, you know, and it was because the referee deemed that they were playing the ball, and his opinion here was he stuck his hand out to block an open goal, which clearly the replay does not show that.
But how about Vegas here playing out essentially as a center back or a
sweeper keeper?
Yeah, sweeper,
yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
Well, obviously the score dictates a lot. You're down a man, but still, you have to have the ability to do what he is doing.
Yeah, and the confidence, right? And he certainly has the confidence. He feels comfortable with his feet. You know, you could probably play him on a spot on the pitch and you wouldn't really notice that he was a goalkeeper.
Davila. Track. Metcalf cuts it on. Well, Shabani setting it out wide for Hackworth. Carlton, good switch to Metcalf. Right back up top for Moshabane. Toomey. Staying with it now. Looking for a cross. Among. Hackworth trying to flip it back. Adams.
Looks like it was just off Salazar's face there. Some crowd thought it may have been off his hand.
The crowd with the jeers.
Yeah, I'm not too sure if the referee makes any call. They'll be happy with him.
San Diego playing 80 minutes. Down a player tonight. Vegas again coming out to it. Another sliding stop. We've talked here, Sal, through the year. I mean, the Loyal Academy team, which is playing well again this season. And a couple of young players in the 18 tonight. CJ Fodry, who we have seen several times. And then here tonight, for the second straight game, Duran Furry is the backup keeper. Furry out of Forest Ranch Del Norte High. Here is Among. Down the line, Among. Back for Adams. And it's high.
Yeah, San Diego's never been short of talent, that's for sure. We've got some good clubs, youth soccer clubs here that have developed tons of professional athletes, and now you actually finally have a path to play at the professional level. And there's a bright future for CJ Fodry and Duran as well. You know, these guys are still in high school. I think CJ just graduating, but I think Duran's going to be a sophomore.
Yeah.
Sophomore this year, and that's a young player right there, especially in the goalkeeper position. So it shows you what Loyal think of him, certainly.
Yeah, Furry at Forest Ranch, Del Norte High, 6 feet 165, just 15 years old, as it's a 4-0 lead for LA. Tomas Among, who is down for San Diego, getting stretched out. And we'll see what Landon Donovan wants to do here. Now Among's going to come out, and Evan Conway will come in. Conway just scoring his 4th goal overall, had 1 in the U.S. Open Cup and 3 in USL. This one was the game winner against Colorado Springs for Evan Conway, who's now coming in for Among in the 74th minute.
Yeah, he's really done it all this season. Played in tons of different spots on the field. Come up big when they've needed it. You know, he's here, he's getting 17 minutes. Really, the game's out of reach, but it's more about giving Among a rest, who just started cramping up. They do have Kyle Vassell returning next game, who's a big piece for the Loyal attack.
We're able to beat Colorado Springs on the road without Vassell, but it's really a different contest when he is in there. He has been amazing this season.
Yeah, he just gives them something different. They're a different team when he's on the field, and they can play a little bit more direct. He can hold the ball up. You know, gives them that bite. He's a very mature player. He's really different than most players in the USL. You know, there's a lot of fast, young, athletic talent in this league, and he's just a big, strong guy that can score with both feet all over the field.
We'll be back on Monday the 18th. It's next time out for San Diego. And it'll be against that Colorado Springs squad here. Switchbacks coming to San Diego. Dunbar making a run, already with 2 here. They'll play things back. If you're looking for flexibility here the rest of the season, SD Loyal tickets here. Take 3 or more of the remaining home matches. Be a flex plan for the rest of 2022. Some exclusive benefits that come along with that. Flex plan of at least 3 more home matches. SDLoyal.com/tickets to lock in your flex plan here today. Guido cuts it off. Right to the top of the 18. Flipped up into the air by Carlton.
Yeah, credit to Loyal. I mean, score is 4-0, but they're not just sitting back, you know, trying to hold the score line the same. They're going for it. I mean, what else can you ask for? It's good for the fan base. And, you know, if I'm a betting man, I would take Loyal in a game, you know, 8 times out of 10 against Galaxy 2. And obviously the red card changed things, so. But give Galaxy credit. They've scored some good goals tonight. All they can do is play what's in front of them, and they've done well to manage it.
And they're on a great run. You saw that move from Guido there. Again, this is a 4-0 contest. Guido's still pushing out there. You mentioned it at halftime. He's in the running for Player of the Month. I mean, all year long, he's been in that conversation of whether it's MVP or all 11 or the honors that have come to him the way he has played in the entire season.
Yeah, Guido's been excellent, and really it's a credit to the whole Loyal team. I mean, there's so many guys, especially in the attack, that are so dangerous and putting up numbers. It's a different guy on the score sheet every night, whether it's Conway or Moshe Bani or, you know, Guido, and even Charlie Adams has a few goals, and Nick Moon's contributed to some assists. So it's really been, it's no secret, you know, why Loyal has led the USL in goals this season. I think they have that formula to score goals, and now if they can just shore up that back line a little bit, which to be fair has been good in the past recent weeks, and this is a team that's gonna threat for the championship later on. I certainly wouldn't want to face them in the playoffs.
No, not at full strength.
No.
San Diego is among those who can possibly challenge. Loyal in that opening year of franchise history, taking themselves out of the playoff conversation, making the stand that they did. Well fought by San Diego for their club, their teammates. Second year making the postseason. Now this year, and right now in third out west.
Yeah, and that's what you want to see, right? In your third year as a coach with Landon and Nate Miller and Tim Daniels, you want to see progression, and I think you have seen that without a doubt. I mean, Loyal was a decent team the first year, pretty good team the second year, and I think they're a very good team this year. So, and you're just seeing frustration from the Loyal here. I mean, and honestly, it just stems back from that 11th minute red card. And that's just Loyal. They're a confident team. They didn't want to see that happen. They felt like they had the game. As early as that was, they really felt like they were going to take it to them tonight, and changes everything.
Charlie Adams given a yellow card just before the 80th minute. Referee indicating just the conversation that was taking place. I think Alejandro Guido may have also received a yellow there. So 2 handed out for San Diego.
San Diego just has to keep their cool now, though. Don't want to see any more red cards to jeopardize the next game.
And this will be sent in. San Diego been looking for the flag to come up, but it is sent in for a 5th on the night here in the 81st minute.
Yeah, and it looks like it'll be an own goal from Nico Boxall. Just tries to reach for it, cross his body with his right, and that's just tired legs. I mean, look, he's been playing 70 minutes without a man, and you know, maybe he could clear that with his left, but just tries to come across it with his right here.
So it'll be an own goal here in the 81st minute to make it 5 goals to none. Substitution for LA Galaxy 2 afterward. As Dante Campbell out of Canada will come on. Substitutions brought to you by Quidel. After the own goal, Hamza Perry will be off. He's played well tonight. Some great possession and placement in the midfield for Los Stones. Adams taken down. Preston Judd still out there challenging up top. Now Campbell sends it to him. Koke Vegas out to the top of the 18. One more time.
Koke actually making that save outside the box with his legs.
SD Loyal's third jersey. We told you back during the month of June, the Siempre Leal kits is on sale right now. It's paying tributes. Mexican tiles, the deep-rooted Mexican and Mexican-American culture here in San Diego, featuring the Chicano Federation of San Diego County. 10% of all sales directly benefit the nonprofit organization whose mission is to provide empowering opportunities to under-resourced communities. Visit the shop.sdloyal.com to get yours today. That's Siempre Leal kit, brilliant, from San Diego. Here's Metcalf, who senses one of the back post. And far.
Nice teasing ball there from Metcalf. As much as this game is a wash for Loyal, it's good to see him back out there, getting some minutes off a little injury.
Yeah, I mean, it's really great for a guy who's been here all 3 years and battled.
Yeah.
Battled injuries.
Yeah, and was one of Loyal's most consistent defenders in those 2 years, and a guy you could pretty much write his name in the starting lineup every week. So it's good to get him some minutes, and he's someone you're going to need down the stretch.
There's Metcalf sending ahead. Beautiful ball for Conway. Top of the 18. Conway will be taken down here. A yellow is issued. That's a second yellow for Neal. So it'll be a red, and now will both be a 10 for both sides. It's a second yellow issued. Let's see where the placement is of the second yellow for Jalen Neal.
Yeah, and I've stated this. I mean, if you're Jalen Neal, you're up 5-0 in the 84th minute, and now you have to miss the next game. This game's in hand. I mean, if it makes it 5-1, you're mad, but I think you're more mad at 5-0 in a red card. Yeah, and it's a second yellow there. You know, he is lucky not to have got that when the score was maybe 3-0 and earlier in the game. So, granted, the game is pretty much out of reach now at 5-0 in the 86th minute.
Yeah, Los Dos will have to play a man down for 5 minutes. San Diego to do it for 80. But it is a second yellow for Neal. Was also called just outside the 18, by the way, so not a penalty.
Yeah, and that part, you know, is fair. It was outside the box. And when it's too close like this, you're gonna just have to lift it just over the wall.
Carlton does that, and just over the crossbar as well.
Yeah, I think he may have hit it with a little too much pace there.
I was looking at different banks, and Union Bank was able to look at my potential when no other banks would lend to me.
Looks like we get a yellow here to the keeper for stalling. So Sanchez given the yellow for wasting time here in the 87. You don't have to miss a minute of the action here in 2022, whether your club is at home or on the road. Nearly every second, the USL Championship is on ESPN+, the home of USL, MLS, La Liga, the Bundesliga, UFC, and plenty more. Sign up today at plus.espn.com for ESPN+. Yellow issue to Preston Judd, his 10th of the season.
Yeah, that's three yellows in 3 minutes from the Galaxy, and it leaves the Loyal wondering why they couldn't get that earlier in the game, but Judd adding to his league leading, his 10th yellow card in the USL this season.
Guido sending this one in. Metcalf. Going to play it back to him, and it's just going to be a little high. If you can't watch the match, turn on Sirius XM channel 157. Sirius XM FC 157, North America's only 24/7 source for soccer talk. It includes USL All Access on Tuesday nights, 4 Pacific, 7 Eastern. You have live matches as well from around the USL, MLS, English Premier League. All on Sirius XM FC channel 157 and the SXM app. Vegas sends it in for Metcalf. Looking for a cross. Hackworth. And he'll create the corner. Conley keeps this one in.
Does great to keep that in.
Metcalf.
Judd was just pulling on Adam's shirt there from the side. Referee did well to see that.
Guido on the quick restarts. And a great save. Sanchez on a well-struck ball from Hackworth. And a beautiful look for Alejandro Guido.
They'll call Morgan Hackworth offsides on that play.
Another substitution here brought to you by Quiddell. Duhaney Williams. And Jamaica will come on for Preston Judd, who just picked up the yellow earlier, so no need to risk anything further or possible.
Yeah, he catapults into the top half, the golden goals, or sorry, excuse me, golden boot race here. He's got 11 now in the season. It's a lovely finish, and it's happened for the second, and they're having a talk with him on the sideline, telling him, hey, let's chill out on the yellow cards this season.
He's had a great match. And you're right, only Milane Lasky and Orange County has more than Preston Judd now. There's 11 goals. 28 in 2 seasons. Got 4 minutes of stoppage time added on. And San Diego will just put this one in the rearview mirror. Look ahead now to Colorado Springs coming in on Monday night, the 18th. Loyal played well there, and again, speaking of red cards, they got one in the 65th minute on a second yellow in Colorado that came with a penalty, and they were still able to come back and get the win there. Guido from Moshabane. Carlton sends it just wide.
Yeah, I think that one just missed the post by a whisker.
Carlton converted earlier this year on a PK. For his second for San Diego. We're coming stoppage time. Gonzalez is offside. Flag is up. Nifty play through for Quito. Great ball from Charlie Adams.
Yeah. Great dummy there to Guido. As this game starts to wind down.
And there's the final whistle. San Diego given the early red in the 11th minute. From that point on, Galaxy taking over with 5 goals on the night, 2 apiece for Dunbar and Judd. An own goal to boot. 5-0 is your final. Our man of the match is brought to you by Chosen Foods. And for San Diego, it is Charlie Adams, our Chosen Foods man of the match here tonight.
Yeah, Charlie Adams puts in a solid shift. You know, not much most players can do when you're playing a man down for 80 minutes. But he was good, the captain, nonetheless.
Our save of the match is brought to you here by Stone Brewing. Their newest year-round beer is Stone Buena Mesa Salt and Lime Lager. Stone built its reputation on IPAs here in San Diego. Buena Mesa is a little different. A refreshing Baja-inspired lager brewed with salt and lime, perfect for cookouts enjoying the summer sun. Visit find.stonebrewing.com to track down a case or 6-pack of Buena Mesa near you.
Okay, you see here, just nice outstretched save there.
That's our save of the match. Brought to you by Stone Brewing. 5-0 is the final here tonight from San Diego, as Galaxy 2 win their 5th in 7 tries, moving their way up in the playoff standings. Out west, that's your final from San Diego here this evening.
It's time to get moving with the financial partner that's here for your journey. From small steps to big milestones, USC Credit Union is here for you. With tools to help you bank fast, solutions to help you go far, and a team of dream makers that's ready to help you step forward with confidence. USC Credit Union.
Right in front. Well, as far as the recap goes here tonight, we could play you perhaps one play from the 11th minutes of this contest between San Diego and LA Galaxy 2. Despite 5 goals in the match and a 5-0 victory for Los Dos, this game perhaps was decided in the 11th minute here this evening.
Yeah, it's decided right here. I mean, the cross comes in, Koke Vegas makes a great save, and Kyle Adams comes out, in my opinion, takes it in the chest, but referee sees it another way and is very harsh with that call. And not only does it give the penalty kick, but gives them the lead and a man up. You know, if you're San Diego, you'd almost be down, rather be down 2 with full squad ahead of you. So couldn't have gone worse. And here's the second from Judd, adding to his total, and it's a great cross, and Dunbar just takes it a little too far, but it goes perfectly to Judd.
And the hits keep coming here. As Galaxy with a great clear and counter attack here from Preston Judd to start this sequence off for Los Dos.
Yeah, and, you know, this wasn't a Judd goal, it was a Judd assist, but this probably was his best play of the night, or at least most impressive.
Yeah, he just had a wonderful contest and is now in the running for the leading goal scorer in all of USL.
Salazar does well here to just show some patience and lay it off for an easy finish to Judd.
Judd getting his second of the night, and then adding on with an own goal as well for Los Dos against San Diego to make it 5-0, the final tally here this evening.
Yeah, it's another dangerous through ball, some tired legs from Nico Boxall. Certainly didn't decide the match on that one play, but at the end of the day, it's the 5th goal for Galaxy.
San Diego actually comes up with more shots, but shots on target and goals, playing 80 minutes, a man up for Galaxy here tonight.
Yeah, and they weren't, you know, outpossessed so much. It's 53% to 47, and I think you saw the spells that Loyal did have, it just led to counters from Galaxy.
So San Diego will put this one behind him now because they've got Colorado Springs coming in on the 18th here. It's a home match, Monday night, 7 p.m. at Switchbacks.
Yeah, Colorado Springs, and they want revenge. You know, last week, Loyal beat them in Colorado Springs 3-2 on national television, and Colorado Springs still sitting towards the top of the West. This will be another great game.
Well, that'll do it for us here tonight. For Justin Cohen, our producer, and our great crew here on site. Military Appreciation Evening here. In fact, the Navy and Marines are going to play a little match coming up here at Torero Stadium following ours here tonight. Thanks for being with us. For Sal Zizzo, I'm Jack Cronin. 5-0 is the final. Los Dos with the victory as they get the early red and then capitalize, continue their great scoring run with a 5-0 victory here at Torero Stadium on the road against San Diego.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.